It's week 5 of the 2042 season. And up next, we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's all up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month.
Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And they'll be let out by their third-year signal caller.
And if he could only flip that 3-to-1 ratio, have it be 3 touchdowns to 1 pick instead of the other way around, I think we'd have seen that loss flip to a win as well. Clean slate this week. We'll see what he's done to address the showing from his last time out.
Looking to throw right away. That's into the hands of Moore. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's out in the clear. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Here we go, second and very long. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterbacking. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a big old win last week.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to drive up past the 40. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's third and less than a yard. They give it to him again. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. This time it's a passing play. Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And good tackle, but a flag is
Offside.
down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Automatic first down.
A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Cut near the goal line. Touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Able to get it to Moore. And this one doesn't go far. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. Second down now, 7 to go. They motion the slot man right. Here's 2nd and 7. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give him a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. Still sticking with the passing game. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So it's 2nd down coming up. Now give left side. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. Moore's got it. And he gets this forward to the 19. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. They're going play action. Complete out to the right. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Setting up a throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He'll throw it. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's going to throw this one. Hits him on the out route. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Handoff now from the gun. And he's going to be taken down right around the 39. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Back to the well again. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They have it 3rd and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He has the first over the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. New set of downs for him at the 38. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's got it at the 5. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Escapes out to the left. And he carries it in for the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And these guys drive their lead to 11. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. His return starts at the 5. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The offense getting set to go. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You want to throw it into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take...
Oh, when the rush is too much, he's taken down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound, thud. Not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was 3rd and extra long, and now it's 4th and forever.
Punt team on the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Has it at the 45. And he's brought down before the return gets far. 58 yards on the punt there. And they'll have a short field in front of them as they take over. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. They got 24 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
The running back gets it on the draw. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a throw. Gets this one to Andrews. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, those big guys are taught that if you can't get to the quarterback, guess what you can still do? You can get a pass breakup. That's perfect timing to get his hand up and knock that ball away.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
He's going to field this at the 2. This return makes it up to the 25. Their offense ready to take the field now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That's caught by the rookie from Texas A&M. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. From the 31, he's got Andrews. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Back to throw now. Quick slant here, caught by Andrews. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10. Dropping back to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Play action on 1st down. That one's incomplete over the middle. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And it's going to be 2nd down. A give now from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They motion the tight end over. Goal to go, they're passing. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. Goes up and over for the touchdown. These guys boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys stretch their lead to 21. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense running back out now. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. They'll run it here on 3rd down. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideout. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one does not go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. Where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They'll get 31 yards on the play, and it'll give them a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They go play action on 1st. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking to the air here. Hits his running back. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Running it after the penalty, and he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Third and long for him here. They left him wide open. It's complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Slot man in motion right. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll try and throw it here. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
The give here on 2nd. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now looking to throw. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On now comes their punter. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The offense headed back to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. It's an option left. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Pass play coming here. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll throw it. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this 2nd half. Throwing now, off play action. Launches one deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So that brings up 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Cut out left. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives them the 1st.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And that'll give him a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Man in motion out of the slot. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They get 13 on the pickup. And they'll have 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Andrews with the catch. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. He has the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys continue piling onto this lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Fielded at the 7. Return's looking good so far. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Now outruns their offense to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Now a give on the counter. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 3rd down.
The penalty makes this 3rd and 2 now. Throwing from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he'd love to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th downs instead.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. They give it to him again. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's been a great time at the stadium for this crowd. Their side has turned this into a blowout as we start the 4th. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Pass play now. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
And he missed it. It's no good. And looking at the scoreboard, Brock, I think they can weather the miss there.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week specifically because of that miss.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. They're throwing it. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty.
Offense.
And they're going to go ahead and let the play stand as it happens. They decline the penalty. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Back to the well again. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Throwing off the play fake here. He has the first over the middle.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back.
Still 3rd down.
Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. There's a flag
Personal
down, and
foul.
if this is defensive,
Roughing the kicker.
could give him a first down. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down.
Automatic first down.
You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker, and now they've got a first inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Runs it in for the touchdown. These guys keep running away with this. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And his guys grow their lead yet again. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's got it over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Looking for a throw here. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. They look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. Setting up a throw. He lofts it deep left. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. They're going play action. Completed to his running back. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, here's a handoff. Driving across the 15-yard line. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during a game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And in for the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys continue adding on to that lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now this offense ready to head back out. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. Airing it out to start this drive. Escapes the pocket. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. He'll throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Here's 2nd and 14. Looking slant route complete. And that will not be enough for a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. So now here's 3rd and 5. He's going to throw this one. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Give now to the running back. And he works this to the 38 before going down. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They have themselves another 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be a first down. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. A nice showing here from our winners as we say thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.